Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together. Okay, with this one, I almost want to say, and let's judge a game together.
Let's constantly judge this game together, because that is our experience. Like, whoa.
It really is. Like, from like, day, 12 on or something, it's pretty much been a constant judgment fest.
Yeah, we could put it down, but then again, that's okay. More accent shrubs, do it. We're going to avoid all of our problems.
Bye, Blaine, sorry.
Yeet.
Your dance battle is not as important as our aesthetic.
Oh, wait, we have more. Oh, God, and then he's back up here again?
Well,
what?
Apparently they expected you to do this in that order, I guess?
I don't care. Anyway.
Or if, you had Karen sort of, pointing out that you did things in a weird order, maybe that was actually supposed to be a nod to the fact that they haven't made it very clear what order they expect you to do this in, and going, why didn't you just do it this way?
Right.
I don't know. At any rate, okay, just gotta replace these big shrubs and we're done.
Shrub. Shrub, 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 shrub.
Shrub, 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 grabs the dog's belly. Shrub, 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 shrub.
No, a shrubbery.
Hi,
Yes, beautiful shrubbery.
Bring me a shrubbery.
A shrubbery.
Just
a shrubbery. Yes. What we have is the knights who say ni. People say ni again.
Just kinda rolling it around in your head, are ya?
I am the knights who say ni.
Alright.
It starts to sound weirder the more you say it.
Okay, so the problem that I'm having here is they keep having this theme over and over again. And I want to know where they're going with it. Like, are they really going to be talking about that thing that some people do as an anxiety activity, where they fixate on a word and tear it to pieces and just sort of, focus on it so hard that it loses all meaning? Or are they talking about that sort of neural pathing thing where sometimes you stare at them, or even with dyslexia, you stare at them and you go, that cannot be the word that I think it is. That word is super weird. Sometimes I write a word and I'm like, there's no way it's spelled like that, even though it's spelled like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't do it. And so I'm like, this theme keeps recurring, and I'm wondering what the point is, because right now this has been seeded so many times as setup that story-wise I'm going, okay, where's the payoff for this seed?
I imagine they're not going to do anything with it, to be perfectly honest, because there's lots of things where we go, that's a thing, and then they go, eh.
By the way, nothing. Anyway.
Yes. It starts to sound weirder the more you say it.
Right? That's what I said.
Yeah, see, I don't think they're going to do anything with it. It's just this is a cute moment. People don't do that sort of thing, or that might not be a behavior.
Or people do that sort of thing. Ha ha, and millennials talk about it. We're appealing to the millennials.
We are in with the crowd of the people that we are aiming the demographic at.
I'm also like, Lily,
What?
Did you literally just shove through that bush or walk through your own flowers to get in this awkward little backspace that you're in?
Uh-huh, yes.
Alright, but let's plant them before you get too distracted. Yep, you totally walked through the bush and through your newly planted flowers.
We're dragging up...
Oh, you're gonna ruin everything you just planted with this?
Bush?
Oh my god, why?
What? Why?
Why are you gonna bury all your flowers with these bushes?
That makes no sense.
I don't like any of them, I'd rather
I don't
not.
like them either.
Me, no thanks.
I guess the green is the least offensive, because it'll grab the green from up there and drag it down to me. But if you're trying to do more butterflies, and take care of your butterflies, you should have an actual flower.
Yeah, let's go with these guys. Then it has some green to connect, but also it's a different color green than the butterflies up there, so...
I know.
I don't like any of them.
I don't like it at all. I don't understand why.
I'm also going, why plant all those flowers, then tear up, a good third or half of them on these odd ones to put in a bush?
Are we really gonna say that Blaine started this? Anyway, hey ladies! What's all the shrub-bub about?
Or that he and Lily initially connected over puns and things like that. There's no reason they couldn't have connected their relationship over something they had in common.
But I don't like... So the thing is I'm one for redemption arcs. I like redemption arcs, but this is a really shitty way to do a redemption arc.
Okay.
He's been set up as being a really horrible goddamn person, basically, to us, as far as I can tell, and also our narrative of talking about, by the way, Lily is an abused person.
Yeah.
This is very frustrating to interact with.
Yes.
I don't like this. Them going, he's so charming and sweet, and, he's so, he's not actually all that dangerous. And I'm like, you don't need someone to be dangerous to actually hurt you.
It's true, actually, and in fact, there is There's an experience that I've talked about before, and I don't know if I mentioned it on this game, where someone can not specifically be being abusive, and you can have an abused experience.
Yes.
So the behaviors they're doing aren't specifically abusive behaviors that would fall in the labeling of this is an abusive behavior, but they're things that nonetheless hurt you and thereby are abusive to you.
Yes.
And that is an important thing to be aware of. But yeah, like, I get that they're trying to make him cute, but I also don't know what they're going for here at all. Like, I don't know what the resurgence of him is supposed to be, whether we're supposed to be doing a redemption arc of everyone will be friends in the end,
Yeah.
or whether he's supposed to be pulling some kind of a con on us ultimately because we might be getting money, or what this is about. Because he doesn't seem to be trying to get us back now. He's just like, I'm a changed man with no agenda, which sounds to me, a woman who's been abused, extremely suspect. Deeply suspect. I'm a changed man and I want nothing from you. I'm just going to be around.
And then I will go after you in really weird ways that I really don't like and that are a little bit gaslighty, for sure.
And
not a little bit, they just are.
Just are, yeah.
Yeah,
all right,
anyway.
Shrub, it's fine.
Ugh.
Ugh.
The shrub bub was great. Okay, yes, I see. I don't get to say the one-liners. I'll just... Yep.
By the way, Blaine, we're not friends. So even if that joke would be cute and endearing coming from a friend, since neither of us have any connection to you, it falls very flat.
Except that
my brow.
That doesn't work, because the whole fucking time Karen has been like, Blaine is so funny, he's so weird, ha ha ha, and I'm like, I don't understand her character at all.
Now she's suddenly not doing it at all.
At
Now
all.
she's suddenly on the same page as us for no reason.
Yep.
I feel like more and more Karen is simply a plot device,
Yeah.
which, while a lot of the characters in here, again, do seem very flat and very, like, one-dimensional stereotypes,
Yeah.
which you can have, but again, I'm like, why put this much effort into a story that you're trying to make so complex and lengthy if you're just going to have completely flat characters?
I know.
But also, with her, more than the other people, it seems like she's very much a plot device in reference to a sort of a booster for whatever immediate plot's going on.
Yes.
And that's it. And that kind of bothers me, because it feels different to basically apply tropes to adult characters and make fun of adults than it does to make fun of kids.
Yeah.
And I can't explain in words exactly why that is.
I feel like, for me, one of the reasons why I personally don't like it is because, for the most part, adults are, yes, there are things that adults forget, but adults have more power in the end compared to the child. The child really doesn't have a way of fighting back, basically, when the adult writes a child poorly, or, you know, basically having a voice at all. Most of these stories are written by adults and for adults, shockingly. Even ones that are written by adults for kids, they're still in the end written by an adult for an assumed child of a certain level, but the child really doesn't get to interact with their media much at all. It's always, it's always not catered, but it's always controlled, basically by the adults in their life to whether or not they even get access to that particular material. Adults control so much of kids anyway, it feels kind of insulting to me past a point when adults will write child characters and make them so crappy, because the adults have the voice, the child doesn't.
Okay, that makes really good sense. That actually encompasses some of what I was thinking, like, really hard, but didn't really have good words for, so thank you for that. I say, beyond that though, I would tend to say that adults, even writing for kids, are often writing for adults, because the people who are going to publish it are adults, and they have to vet and prove and apply it. And also the people who will buy it are usually adults. And so if you're writing for teens, you can be in that gray area where some teens have more independence, their parents aren't controlling all of their media, and some of them have their own money.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no matter what age group you're writing for adults, because it's the adults who are going to go, yes, I approve of your book, yes, I will publish your book, and yes, I will buy your book for my child.
Yes.
And that is an interesting experience to be had.
It's a weird level of going, does it get past the adult gatekeeping? Because for the most part, I've run into a ton of kids who will just read stuff. They don't really care. Like, I was a child and I really didn't care. And I would try to read books, and some of them I wouldn't get through because I just went, I don't like it, it's not my style. And other books I just read, and then it didn't matter. And my parents would be like, wow, you read that? And I'd be like, yeah, it was there.
It was fine. It was there. And the thing is, as a reader, I will say that eventually you just start picking shit up. No matter how bored you are, if you want to read as a reader, you'll start reading crap that's around you. Like, you'll just start doing it. And you'll be like, this is boring as hell, but what if the activity I feel like doing is reading and there's a book here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. One-liners. Yep.
Yeah, yep.
But that was a good call out for Karen again. Well,
Yes.
well done on that. I support you.
I am still annoyed.
Oh, we are going to avoid this dance battle one
Even
more time.
further. Yes!
Blaine, you are getting shelved, my bro.
Yeah.
Over there.
Goodbye.
All right. Why are we doing... A hummingbird feeder. Since when have we been seeing hummingbirds? I want to have seen the hummingbirds.
I do
like
too.
hummingbirds, and if you're going to do this plot, I demand hummingbird sprites before this plot so that we can interact with it.
Yes.
That is it. That is my demands, dear tactile games.
Just smack.
I desire hummingbirds prior to the hummingbird feeder so that this plot makes sense to me, the audience. Thank you very much. I am a dedicated player and, critiquer of your work. Hummingbirds are needed. Thank you.
Lies.
Lies. Sincerely. Lies. All right.
Them.
Sincere lies.
What?
Honestly, it's really entertaining signing letters that way when we've done our copyright stuff.
It's true.
Sincerely, lies and scandal. And you're
true.
like, that's what we're called. I keep seeing hummingbirds. Now that we have all these tasty flowers, they're not attracted to all flowers, but it's okay.
I'm also like, these flowers are not their thing at all.
Okay, so is it get a hummingbird feeder or fix the hummingbird feeder? Is there a hummingbird feeder to fix? I need to know.
Where is?
Do you want to help me fix the hummingbird feeder so they come by even more?
Also, are they going to attack each other now and we're going to listen to chirping noises as they, like, careen out of the sky at each other? It's so funny. Okay, if you guys don't know what it's like to have hummingbirds around, you are missing out.
It's amazing. So hummingbirds actually fence and fight with those pointy beaks that they have.
Uh-huh.
They establish dominance through pointy beaks, much like chickens do. And there is a lot of this experience of them screaming at each other as they try and stab each other out of the sky.
It's really kind of funny.
It's
but it's
amazing.
also horrifying.
I mean, they seem to be successful with themselves, and I don't find a lot of impaled hummingbirds on the ground, so we're okay.
Still scary though, honestly. Like when you think
Fair.
about it, going like sharp, pointy object flying through the. They say don't run with scissors.
Right,
don't run
right.
with hummingbirds.
Don't run while hummingbirds.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, hummingbirds are so cool.
Do you know about hummingbirds?
They go zoom, zoom, yum.
Do they?
She seems like 4-year-old.
Yeah, this again
fine.
still really seems like much younger child dialogue.
I don't like this.
Profoundly younger. And honestly, if there's anyone out there listening to this in the comments that disagrees and is like, no, this totally sounds like what a 10-year-old says and talks like, or if you just support our opinions, I would like to hear another weigh in because I have no other deeper thoughts about how Karen is written other than she doesn't seem much like a character. She seems disrespectful to children. She seems inconstant in her opinions and experiences and really just is written with a linguistic bent of like a 4-year-old, like really accurately. 4-year-olds talk sometimes like this. Sometimes it's more like 3-year-olds, but like kids have way more language than writers acknowledge.
I was gonna say though too, please also feel free to call us out if you think we're being ableistic, because there are some kids who basically have what they term, and I don't really agree with it because it is a little bit aggressive to me and is a matter of opinion. I think in some cases it's basically a child developmental disorder, where she just isn't advanced enough. Where she just has some sort of developmental problem where she's just not able and hasn't gotten up to where she should be in relation to education and learning and language.
Okay, so here's the thing. So if she is a differently able child, right?
Yep.
And they have just put it in here casually without, earmarking it in any way. It's just for you to interpret.
Yep.
Okay? Then what we're seeing between Luke and Rachel is that they were very different kinds of people. She was attracted to him strongly because he, might balance out her absolute perfectionism. And then they have a differently abled child. And then she goes, I know how to fix this with control and structure and, behavioral support and programs and things. And he goes, chill out, it's just a baby. And that's what tears their marriage apart.
That would be interesting, but I'd highly doubt the story would ever go there, / they believe that they have written a child that is anything other than a 9 to 10-year-old.
And then I would say maybe that's why she doesn't know what libraries are yet, because she can't really read very much, and that's why she talked about her mom's illustration books, because she likes looking at the pictures even at age 10, going, yeah, all these illustrations of Japanese gardens, because I can't read yet, so I just look at the pictures still.
Right? Except that sometimes linguistically she seems... I don't know. And again, I don't know because I'm not an expert. To me, though, based off of my own exposure with individuals who are differently abled at that particular age, I don't recall... I recall them sometimes using what I would consider extremely sophisticated lexicon. Like, their lexicon was extremely capable. Like, they just knew what the crap they were saying. Their grammar was much better than mine. And then it would immediately almost drop off because that particular area they weren't very good in at all.
Well, again, like age 9 and 10, that's 4th grade.
Yes.
So the show, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? And 10 can be in 5th grade as well, depending
Yep.
on when your birthday was in America. And so I'm really like, the way the kids talk on that show is going to be a really good hallmark for what a 9 and 10-year-old talks like.
Yep.
And so I'm like, really, this just feels extremely strange to me.
Yep.
They're my favorite little birdie friends. Are they? Since when?
Ooh.
Oh, wait, we're repairing a bush into a feeder?
Oh.
How is that repairing? You have... Ooh.
What is...
Okay.
Those are fruits.
That is the type of thing you would feed butterflies, but I don't know that hummingbirds can do much with that.
I don't think they can either. I'm like, no
don't
way.
know if they can fruit. I know butterflies can, and that butterfly gardens, they can totally eat fruit juice as they would like plant, like nectar. But as far as I know with hummingbirds, they're a little too specialized. We've got a lot of red already, so I'm going to go with the blue.
I was about to say, I'd rather also go with the blue. Oh. Hey, your wish was granted. I was also going to say that with the blue one as well, it's actually bigger.
Oh, yeah, more nectar.
Yep, I wanted to support them more.
Also, it's golden for some reason. Did we actually get actual nectar instead of making sugar water? I am curious.
Maybe we put in a little bit of yellow dye, but that seems a little ridiculous, and they always say don't put dye in the water. They've actually really aggressively started to roll back on that, going, guys, don't do it. It's bad for them.
It is. The dye adds nothing to them, and it doesn't help them really find it either.
Nope.
There! It's all filled up with sugar water. Why is it yellow then? Do you get hummingbirds at your mom's house?
Sometimes. Did you know they sleep so hard at night that you might think they're dead?
Oh, are they roosting birds? Okay, so I have talked about birds that roost previously, especially chickens in reference to the Arcana.
Right.
And only magic chickens are awake at night because real chickens roost.
Yeah.
And that basically there's this response in some types of birds, including pigeons and chickens, where when the sun goes down, they basically have an involuntary narcolepsy experience. Like, they don't instantly crash out, but they will fall asleep pretty involuntarily pretty quickly, which is why they start wanting to roost and nest when it starts getting dim, because they know how they work. And they will go into such a deep sleep that at night you can totally just wander off with a sleeping chicken. You could, like, if you need to do anything to a chicken, medical procedures are great while they're sleeping because they are in a really deep sleep. And I guess hummingbirds do that too, if this is accurate.
I didn't know that at all, but if you want to see something that's really cute, you guys should honestly go look up hummingbird snoring.
It's adorable.
It's so good.
A hummingbird, yeah, the little peeping snoring is great. What? Wow, no, I didn't. Where'd you learn that?
From a book. Duh. Anyway, I told that to Mom, and she said that Dad sleeps like a hummingbird.
Then he probably sleeps really well. Just
His circadian rhythm
is amazing.
Yep.
He's just like, it is nighttime. Goodbye. And then he does awake, and then at dawn, he's awake. Hello, which is why he was up at 4 a.m. because he's like, pre-dawn, a little bit of light in the sky, poof, I am awake, I am alive.
Though, honestly, the thing that I always think is really interesting when people actually talk about years ago, at least in terms of, like, frontiersmen and whatever else, they'd be like, they'd go to bed when the sun went down, and it's like, then they would get up at, because they were going to bed at, like, 6 o'clock sometimes, and you'd get up at 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning, and you'd be up for a while.
Because you'd be like, I've had plenty of sleep.
Yeah.
Thank.
And then they would start their day. They actually were usually pretty prepared beforehand.
Yeah, when you don't have extra additional light to work by, you really do stop doing things. Like, it's kind of amazing. Your mom sure knows your dad well, I guess.
What's with the face?
I don't know. I was kind of like, what is that as well? Like, sure knows your dad well. I'm thinking about
winky wonky,
your dad in bed. And thereby sleeping. I mean, in bed.
I want to be your mommy.
Dad. Something like that.
Yeah.
I guess? I don't know what that face is.
I guess. She thinks he's like lots of animals. She said he smells like a dog, too, sometimes.
I see. So we really are like...
Everybody just hates Luke.
All women hate Luke.
I kind of want to take Luke out of here and just put him somewhere else, because every single woman in here seems to hate him.
Yeah,
everyone
even
who
him.
seems to be a girl aligned seems to hate him.
And he even said, I'm really good at making women yell at me. He's like, all women hate me. And like that's even his self-described experience, basically.
It's God, I hate it.
This is really unfortunate. And this is also just Karen going, yep, that's just how that works. Women or my mom just dunk on my dad. That's just how it is. And I join them because that's what you do. All right.
Great.
Well, anyway, on that extremely chipper and empowering note.
Thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon. We got some links in the description down below. If you'd just like to support us, if you'd actually like to sponsor us to play a game, or if you just like to tip us because we think that we are totally the fabulous. But other than that, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!